What is the standard room temperature in Kelvin? 198 Kelvin. The working principle of a washing machine is centrifugation. Which alloy is used to make clock pendulums? Invar. Longitudinal waves can't travel through which medium? Vacuum. Which among the following minerals is also known as horn silver? Silver chloride. What is the measuring unit for the length of light waves? Angstrom. What is the noise level of normal conversation? About 60 decibels. The largest component of coal gas is hydrogen. Temperatures in centigrade and Fahrenheit are the same at -40 degrees. What is philosopher's wool? Zinc oxide. Which lens is thick at the middle and thin at the edge? Convex. The instrument that measures and records the relative humidity of air is hygrometer. Instrument used to measure the force and velocity of wind is anemometer. What is the more common name for solid carbon dioxide? Dry ice. Which alloy is normally used to make magnets? Alnico. Soaks clean surfaces on the principle based on surface tension. Water drops are spherical because of surface tension. Who invented telescopes? Galileo. Radiation of atom is measured by dosimeter. Refractive index, dielectric function and thickness of thin films is measured by ellipsometer. Electricity is measured by which instrument? Galvanometer. Which instrument is used to measure of strength of magnetic fields? Magnetometer. When a crystal of potassium permanganate is placed at the bottom of a beaker filled with water, the whole water turns into purple without stirring. This is an example of diffusion. During summer days, water kept in an earthen pot, pitcher, becomes cool because of evaporation. A vehicle moving on a circular path experiences which force? Centripetal force. A stick inserted in water looks crooked. This is due to refraction. Myopia and hypermetropia can be respectively corrected by concave and convex lens. Which law describes the orbits of planets around the Sun? Kepler's law. The Sun appears reddish during sunrise and sunset. The phenomenon in optics which is responsible for this appearance of the Sun is scattering. The instrument used for detecting the presence of electric current in a circuit is galvanometer. A lemon kept in water in a glass tumbler appears to be larger than its actual size. It is because of refraction of light. Electric current is typically measured in what units? Amperes. The potential difference between the red live wire and a black neutral wire in Indian domestic electric supply is 220 volts. The heating elements of electric appliances like electric irons, kettles, toasters and ovens are made of which alloy? Nichrome. Which is a positively charged particle emitted by a radioactive element? Alpha ray. The minimum speed required to put a satellite into a given orbit around Earth is known as orbital velocity. When light bends as it enters a different medium, the process is known as what? Refraction. Magnifying glass is what type of lens? Convex. Electric resistance is typically measured in what units? Ohms. Electric power is typically measured in what units? Watts. Who is the Hubble Space Telescope named after? Edwin Hubble. Which is the direction of magnetic field inside a magnet? From South Pole to North Pole. What is the theory behind the absorption of ink by blotting paper? Capillary action phenomenon. Large transformers, when used for some time, become very hot and are cooled by circulating oil. The heating of the transformer is due to both the heating effect of current and hysteresis loss. Nuclear sizes are expressed in which unit? Fermi. Mirage is due to which effect? Unequal heating of different parts of the atmosphere. Light from the sun reaches us in nearly 8 minutes. The working of a dry cell is based on which phenomenon? Electrolysis. What is the basic particle of light called? Photons. Which mirror is commonly used as rear-view mirror in a vehicle? Convex mirror. Magnetism at the center of a bar magnet is 0. On a rainy day, small oil films on water show brilliant colors. This is due to interference. Sound of frequency below 20 Hz is called infrasonic. Suitable impurities are added to a semiconductor depending on its use. This is done in order to increase its electrical conductivity. The electric charge is stored in a device called capacitor. The free surface of a liquid behaves like a sheet and tends to contract to the smallest possible area due to the force of cohesion. What is an object which is so massive that light cannot escape its gravity called black hole? What was the reason behind the splitting of different colors of light in a prism? Dispersion of light. What is the minimum escape velocity of rocket to be launched into space? 11.18 kilometers per second or roughly 40,270 kilometers per hour. Which techniques does the photostat machine works? Electrostatic image making. Why the needle of iron swims on water surface when it is kept gently? Due to surface tension. When two ice cubes are pressed together, they join to form one cube. Which activity helped to hold them together? Hydrogen bond formation. Which theory is behind the transmission of light through optical fiber cable? Total internal reflection. Sir C.V. Raman was awarded Nobel Prize for his work connected with which phenomenon of radiation? Scattering. The metal used to make lightning conductors is copper. Pure water is bad conductor of electricity because it is feebly ionized. The alloy of steel that is used for making automobile parts such as axle, ball bearing, etc. is chromium steel. The boiling point of water decreases at higher altitudes is due to low atmospheric pressure. Instrument used to measure the force and velocity of the wind is anemometer. Why a small gap is left between two rails of a railway track? Linear expansion of rail. The locomotion of insects to the source of light is called phototropic. An image formed by a plane mirror that cannot be obtained on a screen is called virtual image. When a bottle of scent is kept open in a corner of a room, its odor is felt in all parts of the room. This is due to which phenomenon? Diffusion. The instrument for measuring intensity of earthquakes is called seismograph. Instrument used to study the behavior of a vibrating string is sonometer. Sound becomes hazardous noise pollution at decibels above 80 decibels. Which law is also called law of inertia? Newton's first law. What is the force of attraction between any two bodies by virtue of their masses is called gravitational force. What is the fundamental unit of amount of a substance? Mole. As we go from equator to North Pole, the value of g, the acceleration due to gravity, increases. At the center of the Sun, fusion converts hydrogen into helium. Heavy water is used in nuclear reactor to slow down neutron. Radioactive elements can be traced out in living cell through a technique called autoradiograph. Nuclear reactors are based on which phenomenon? Controlled nuclear fission. Which wavelengths of light is most effective in photosynthesis? Blue. Gas used in the artificial ripening of fruits. Acetylene. Which chemical law proposes that soft drinks and soda bottles are sealed under high pressure to increase the solubility of CO2? Henry's law. Candle is a mixture of paraffin wax and stearic acid. Which is the main chemical constituent of clay? Aluminium silicate. The mineral containing both magnesium and calcium is dolomite. What is the chemical name of vinegar? Acetic acid, also called ethanoic acid. Radioactivity was discovered by Henry Becquerel. The process of improving the quality of rubber by heating it with sulfur is called vulcanization. Which is the pollutant responsible for ozone holes? CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. Which is the alkaloid naturally found in coffee, cocoa and cola nut? Caffeine. The purest form of iron is wrought iron. Hydrogen bomb is based on the principle of nuclear fusion. What is chemical decomposition of an organic compound by water called hydrolysis? Ethanol containing 5% water is called rectified spirit. The metallurgical process in which a metal is obtained in a fused state is called smelting. Cement is formed by strongly heating a mixture of limestone and clay. Which acid is used in the car batteries? Sulfuric acid. Which is the hardest form of carbon? Diamond. What is chemical name of baking soda? Sodium bicarbonate. The metal used to recover copper from a solution of copper sulfate is Fe, iron. The percentage of nitrogen in the air is about 78%. An atomic clock is based on transitions of which element? Cesium. What is the temperature point where a metal loses its magnetic properties called Curie point? Which chemical is most commonly used for cloud seeding or artificial rainmaking? Silver iodide. Which scientist prepared the modern periodic table? Niels Bohr. Which chemical is used to restore the color of old paintings? Hydrogen peroxide. Which polymeric substance is used to make parachute? Terylene. Which gas is known as laughing gas? Nitrous oxide. What is the dominant chemical present in detergent powder? Sodium carbonate. In tragedies caused by drinking spurious liquor, the active agent causing such tragedies is methyl alcohol. Which gas was released when Bhopal gas tragedy occurred? Methyl isocyanide. Which radioactive element is used in heart pacemaker? Plutonium. Which gas used for inflating the tires of aeroplanes? Helium. Which gas is released when water is added to bleaching powder? Chlorine. Which is also known as wood alcohol? Methanol. Brass is an alloy of which of the following metals? Copper and zinc. Which acid is used for cleaning gold ornaments? Nitric acid. Iron is protected from rusting by coating with zinc. What is this process called? Galvanization. Which gas released from biogas plant is used as a fuel gas? Methane. Which hydrocarbon is the source of natural rubber? Isoprene. Which gas was called fixed air by Scottish physician Joseph Black, which is discovered in 1750s? Carbon dioxide. The gas used in the manufacture of vanaspati from vegetable oil is hydrogen. Which metal is kept immersed in kerosene oil to protect it and to prevent accidental fire? Sodium. What is the common name for acetylsalicylic acid? Aspirin. Which gas is responsible for the rotten egg smell? Hydrogen sulfide. Which element is present in all organic compounds? Carbon. How much percentage of oxygen is present in the atmosphere? 21%. What is washing soda? Hydrated sodium carbonate. A homogeneous mixture contains two liquids. How are they separated? By distillation. Which gas is responsible for acid rain? Sulfur dioxide. Compressed natural gas is mainly composed of which gas? Methane. Which substance do silver articles react with that makes the silver articles black? Sulfur. A substance that has a pH lower than 7 would be considered a acid. The hardest form of carbon is diamond. The term PVC used in the plastic industry stands for polyvinyl chloride. What is a mixture of potassium nitrate, powdered charcoal and sulfur called? Gunpowder. Who proposed first atomic theory? John Dalton. Which is also called stranger gas? Xenon. The oxide of nitrogen used in medicine as anesthetic is nitrogen pentoxide. Which gas is used in fire extinguishers? Carbon dioxide. The material which can be deformed permanently by heat and pressure is called a thermoset. Due to rusting, the weight of iron increases. Alloys made with mercury as one metal are called amalgams. What is hottest part of the gas flame is called non-luminous zone. Presence of which minerals in banana makes them slightly radioactive? Potassium. Which gas is used to prevent the chips from getting oxidized? Nitrogen. Elements that show the properties of both metals and non-metals are called metalloids. Permanent hardness of water is due to the presence of calcium sulfate, which is mixed with gasoline to form gasohol. Ethyl alcohol. The acid generally stored in batteries is sulfuric acid. Glycol is added to aviation gasoline because it prevents freezing of petrol. What is refrigerant freon? Difluorodichloramethane. Who is the only scientist in the world to have won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry twice? Frederick Sanger. What is the process of separating a mixture into its individual components based on differences in boiling point called distillation? Which gas is filled in refrigerators? Chlorofluorocarbon. The acid which dissolves gold is aqua regia. The aqueous solution of which acids is called vinegar? Acetic acid. In which process alloy steels are produced? Electric furnacing. Which type of cement is manufactured by fusing limestone and bauxite? High alumina cement. Which component of fertilizer is used in stimulates early growth purpose? Phosphorus. What is the process of breaking down a substance into smaller molecules through the addition of water called hydration? What is extracted from bauxite? Aluminium. The sharp flavor in soft drinks is caused by the presence of which of the following acid? Phosphoric acid. Ozone is formed in the upper layer of the atmosphere from oxygen by action of UV rays. When limestone reacts with water, which gas is released? Carbon dioxide. What is the chemical name of oil of vitriol? Sulfuric acid. A process in which large molecules are broken up into smaller molecules is called as cracking. Universe is almost 70% made up of which substance? Hydrogen. The source of the sun's energy is the process of nuclear fusion. The process in which solid changes directly into vapors without passing through liquid state. Sublimation. Poisonous gas present in the exhaust fumes of vehicles. Carbon monoxide. Which phenomenon is considered responsible for global warming? Greenhouse effect. If steel is heated to a temperature well below red heat and is then cooled slowly, the process is called annealing. The branch of chemistry dealing with brewing and distilling is called zymurgy. Permanent hardness of water due to sulfate of metals can be destroyed by the use of zeolites. Which law states that equal volumes of all gases, at the same temperature and pressure, have the same number of molecules? Avogadro's law. The residue obtained after the crystallization of sugar from concentrated sugarcane juice is called molasses. Plaster of Paris is made up of gypsum. Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment and thin gold foil was responsible for the discovery of atomic nucleus. Teflon is the common name of polytetrafluoroethylene.
Thanks for watching Speed GK YouTube channel. Please support our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and also please share this video with your friends. Thank you.